Hello and welcome to the Arts Council of Surrey Community Gallery here at the Newton Cultural Centre. My name is Wendy Mould. I am the producer of ACS Gallery Talks. I'm here today to introduce you to our featured artist for the month of January, Sandy Dimond. Sandy's show is here until January 30th and can be seen in person in the gallery or online at theartscouncilofsurrey.ca. Sandy's show is called The Progression of an Artist, and although she is relatively new to the art scene, that certainly hasn't held her back. Her subjects of animals and landscapes reflect her desire to paint paintings and share the color and vibrancy of her life. Through her paintings, Sandy wants her viewers to experience things that they may not have seen otherwise. As many as you know, wildlife paintings are very dear to my heart, so I'm really looking forward to chatting with Sandy and learning more about her work. Hi Sandy, it's really nice to meet and talk with you. I've certainly seen your work around, and I was looking forward, especially your horses, so I was really looking forward to hearing and meeting with you. Can you tell us a bit about your transition now? I understand it's quite interesting, moving from the horse world to the art world.
Well, I bought my first horse in the 60s, about the mid-60s, and so I took a really deep dive into being a professional horse person as a trainer, coach, competitor, did all of that, was very, very busy with that.
I'm sure.
Yeah, so 50 plus years later, I basically retired. It was a difficult choice, but I did it. I still have a couple of people that I work with, but not much. And I had always wanted to paint. I have a painting of a horse at home that I did in 1972 when I came home from England. So yeah, I always wanted to paint. And when I decided that I wanted to paint, I fiddled around in watercolors a little bit, colored pencils and acrylics. These are pretty well mostly acrylics. There's a few that are oil, because then I transitioned to oil. So I started as a beginner artist, right? Beginner. And I've had some very talented people mentor me along the way. And so I started painting horses because I'm so intimately familiar with them. This particular horse, this is a wild stallion that is now deceased from Theodore Roosevelt National Park in South Dakota. And I did this as a memorial to him because he passed away. The train. The actual final painting of this was 4 by 7 feet. And wow. It's got a permanent home, yes. So that's silver.
Wow. Well, that train whistle that we can hear in the background, yes, I think is getting us ready to see the next
painting. Yes.
Okay, well let's go have a look.
Let's.
So here is our train, number 493, on the way to Silverton, Colorado. Now, that's a far cry from doing animals. Can you talk to us a little bit about what you see when you do something like a train and how you're feeling to paint something like that?
Well, the trains have an essence about them. They come alive. You can hear them. They breathe. They let off steam. They're a living entity. And particularly for the engineer and the coalman and the conductors and all those guys, these are their babies, their livelihood, it's everything to them. Mm-hmm. And the trains have brought all these old retired people back into the museum, and they're rebuilding them, and people are riding on the old cars, and it's just a wonderful, marvelous experience.
I love the background that you've included there because it very much takes us back into their day. I mean, if there had been cityscape around it, it would not have told the same story at all.
No. This was one of the trains that hauled millions of tons of silver out of Silverton in its day. And there weren't very many of them left. All of the steam trains that have been rebuilt, I mean, there was so few of them left. And of course, who knows how to build them?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Very interesting. And where is this train off to once it's finished the show here?
it going to a private collection. All the trains that I've painted are going to be displayed in an office.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very neat, very neat. Okay, well, let's go see your next interesting picture, the Flim Flom Trestle in graphite too.
In
pencil.
graphite, yes.
Of course, that's one of my mediums, so I certainly admired it. Now, it has a very interesting story and the message that you're hoping it conveys. Could you kind of talk to us a little bit about that?
Well, at the time I painted it or sketched it, I was in the process of trying not to die from Omicron. But I was so bored and so sick, and I needed to do something artistic. And I asked the photographer, and he said, yes, please, that would be wonderful. So I started on it, and when I got tired, I could go sit down because I felt like I was here, and I didn't know if I was gonna survive through that. So it's into the distance that we can't see. Who knows where we're gonna end up, right?
Yes, yes, and you feel that too. You feel very solid and rooted at the beginning, and then you gradually become, oh my, yes.
Where are we gonna end up here?
Yeah, very, very interesting. Yes, and of course, at the same time, it is the trestle, which is a very historical piece.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, and it's in use today. It doesn't look like it in this image, but it's kind of a center, a recreation center, and in use in the area that the town's name is Channing, I believe, and they have parks near it, and they celebrate their trestle.
Oh wow, isn't that
Yeah,
neat?
yeah,
Yes,
they
yes.
enjoy their trestle.
Yes, so this could actually be a very sad picture for some people, and yet for others, it certainly gives you a sense of hope that there's something out there that you don't have to have everything planned to right to the end, doesn't it? Yeah. Very interesting. Okay, well, thank you very much, Sandy. I really enjoyed chatting with you today about your work and learning more about what you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I had no idea this was going to happen, so it's a new experience. I'm used to having the horse be the centerpiece, and I'm just the facilitator. So it's a different experience.
Well, I guess I could say welcome to the art world then, because you, as an artist, you have to step forward too.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.